Welcome back to another episode of Lad and Dad Show. And first of all, just want to apologise for a bit of delay. You've been busy, haven't you? I've been busy. You had a fight on last week.
You've been busy.
Yeah, you know.
What were you busy? Work schedule.
Playing football. Trying to cram it all in. What happened last week for you?
I was in Dublin. I had Stephen Cairns boxing for his first title. Won the WBA Continental title. 14-0, 9 knockouts. Got a ninth round knockout. So perfect performance. Yeah, really happy with that. So that's my reason why I wasn't here.
What a day for football today's been. First of all, Spurs losing to Forest 3-0 in a relegation
Look
scrap.
how happy you are.
Why?
What is this thing about you and Spurs?
I just... Would it be good to see them go down?
I think. Do you know what? I think that's just awful. But to be fair, oh my god!
Imagine it's just mental to think about, like a team like the big six, one of the big six getting relegated. I know, like they're only 1 point off West Ham now.
I can't believe that. I've known Spurs. Obviously, I've been in football. I've followed football for years. But it's Tottenham. They're a big club.
I know, yeah.
And I think about some of the players that have played for them. Unbelievable players. And then you look at what they are now.
Yeah.
This is a proper relegation dogfight, and it's a big 6 pointer.
And as
they're
well,
getting hammered. They're not just losing like 1-0.
You know what, right? Is if you're a player in a situation, I get Igor Tudor, people don't like him, no one's ever heard of him. But you sort of think, right, we'll listen to him to try and fight for us.
You don't have to listen to a coach in order to have a fight.
It just like doesn't look like they're trying to fight.
Looks like they're not bothered.
I know.
But that's probably because I would imagine majority of them will jump ship if they get relegated to Championship, so probably not bothered. But it's that professional pride.
Yeah.
I just can't believe that a huge club. Can you imagine that stadium
in the Championship?
In the Championship.
I know. You can have teams like Lincoln going there when they get relegated.
Oh my god! And what's wrong with Lincoln, by the way?
Nothing.
But the thing is as well, I know everyone says, I hear people saying, oh, Spurs get relegated, they bounce straight back up. And you would say, they should bounce straight back up. But you know what? That Championship is such a dogfight.
And as well, if they're moaning about the games being played now, then when we go to the Championship, it'll be Saturday, Tuesday.
Yeah, and I think...
And more games as well.
And I think what you definitely need to have to get out of that Championship division is fight.
Yeah.
And if these guys can't fight to get themselves out of relegation zone, in the Premier League, where everything's a bit nicer and the game's nicer, in the Championship, wow, I think they're in for a rude awakening.
But you know what as well? What sort of put pressure even more on is that West Ham, they have shown fight. Yeah. They've got themselves out of a massive hole to now they're being 1 point adrift. So it's like, do you think they can stay up, or do you think it's just not luck, but how well the teams fight and play to try and get a point?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we all know that West Ham have shown a lot of fight, and they're really fighting for their lives. They're scrapping hard. They got beat today, against Villa. Villa, a much needed win because they've not been doing so great. So that was a big win for Villa and a disappointing result for West Ham, especially if they'll go back to change rooms and they'll have seen that Tottenham got beaten.
It was a missed opportunity.
They'll be fuming. So it's all about the running and who's got the tougher running, and who can collect the points, because it is that tight. You've got to give Spurs an extra point because the goal difference. The goal difference
it's a big goal
difference with
Tottenham.
But it's exciting, as unusually exciting, because Spurs and West Ham are both big clubs. West Ham are a massive club as well.
Massive stadium as well.
Yeah, so either one of them goes down, but it's Tottenham. Tottenham have always they're a bit of an historic team, and like I say, they're got a £1 billion stadium. So
do you think Leeds have also been dragged into it, or do you think they're still safe?
Back into it, Leeds look like
they're 4 points off now.
Yeah, they look like they were clear and everything was good. Yeah. On a good run of form, but they just seem to have just hit a little patch again where it's dragged them in. Like you say, it's only listen, if you're only 4 points in, you're 4 points clear, you're in the fight.
Yeah, definitely.
But also you got to look at the teams below you. are they good enough to pick up extra points?
But I think that's the main thing, whether they are good enough to get points.
You would have thought that Tottenham, looking at the fixtures,
yeah,
you would have thought that Tottenham would have looked at Forest and yes, it's going to be it's a relegation battle, but you'd have thought that Tottenham had thought that's the one where we get
that's the banker.
That's the 6 pointer. That's we'll get a win there at home. 3-0.
And as well, it's coming off the back of some massive scorelines against them. So it's like, oof.
Yeah, when it's one thing if you're not scoring, but another thing if you're leaking massive amount of goals when you're trying to avoid relegation. That's not a good sign. So the morale and everything in that club, within that club, must be like horrific, rock bottom.
Yeah. So we've talked about that, but now going on to teams winning stuff. Man City have done it again. They've won the League Cup against Arsenal, and
so the quadruple's over.
Yeah, quadruple is over. So. But now the question is, does that have a detrimental effect to Arsenal? Because City have beat them 2-0.
Mind games.
Is it a mentality thing where they've got to just let that go and focus on the league? Because I think they have to win the league this year. I think that's the one what most fans want. Correct me if I'm wrong, Arsenal fans, but I think that's the one they most want.
Yeah, because I know there's a lot of talk about Champions League or the Premier League, but I just think that if you're ever going to win the Premier League, with the way that Liverpool have fallen off this season, the way that City have fallen off this season, you've got to say this is the year.
It's 9 points now, even though City have got a game in hand.
Yeah,
so it's like
call it 6 points.
Yeah,
I can't see that being turned around. Bit of nerves losing today, and you'll get the fans calling it, or the Arsenal bottle shots on and things like that.
You know what I think might have been a bit of a case is that they're playing the occasion, not the game, as well. Because it's at Wembley, it's a final. They're sort of getting too carried away with emotions and trying to.
I just think that the whole talk, of the quadruple.
Yeah.
I think there's been a lot of talk I've heard about that this week.
Yeah.
So it's the first step along. Now, funnily enough, now they can't do the quadruple.
Yeah.
I think the pressure might be off now.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I think now the pressure's off, and it's like you got your 9 point / 6 point barrier between them and City.
Yeah.
It's you're in good form in the Champions League. Those 3 trophies that are still going for, they're still very much in the hunt.
Yeah.
Because they're in the cup as well.
Yeah.
I don't think Wales are coming off. I think Arsenal still win the league.
Yeah.
I don't think they win in the Champions League. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I know they're in good form.
Yeah.
But I think a Barcelona or a Bayern Munich would beat them.
That is true, because if you look at the week what's just gone with the Champions League, only 2 of the 6 teams remain from Premier League.
Yeah, unbelievable week. A disaster for Champions League in terms of Premier League. Chelsea.
Oh,
what happened there?
You know what? I just feel with Chelsea, with Liam Rosenior, it's just all a little bit weird. It's like last week you had the huddle around the referee and the centre circle. Yeah. It's like, it's just really weird. And it's like, he passed a note to Garnacho within like the last minute, weren't it?
Yeah, it was about 10 minutes to go.
Yeah.
And I think they were 8-2 down on aggregate, and he's passing around now.
It's like what are you supposed to do with that?
Did you see Garnacho's face when he turns around and he's looking at his eyes? He's probably thinking, what are you doing, man?
So what I'm trying to get at here, does it show, like we always say, the Premier League is clear of European League, it's a higher standard, but then teams are getting turned over really easily?
I think the Premier League's the most exciting league.
Yeah.
Because anybody can beat anybody.
Yeah.
It's showing that this season especially, but in terms of quality, then quality play, football, technical football skills, ability. Then you look at the Spanish league. It's.
But then I think that's coming from your academies, because the way they've developed over there. It's
Spanish,
very technical based, isn't
French, Portuguese, even German league really. Over here it's kind of like you're fighting a battle because you're not the biggest.
Yeah.
They want that power, that pace, long ball, like they're getting obsessed with set pieces and things like that. People kind of forgetting the skills and
the technical
and the football brain. Then they go and play teams like Barcelona.
Yeah.
You know, you look, PSG aren't even doing that great this season in the French league, but still smashed Chelsea.
Yeah. Atletico as well, Spurs.
Yeah, Atletico, Spurs, but Spurs at the end of the day, they're fighting a relegation battle. Yeah. You wouldn't expect Spurs to beat Atletico Madrid.
That's a good point.
But it's just that they got into into that later stages of the Champions League, and all of a sudden people start dreaming a little bit. Liverpool, the shining light.
Yeah.
I knew that going back to Anfield.
At Anfield.
Only a one
under
goal.
The lights,
only a one goal disadvantage. I knew they'd turn that around, and they did it in style. 4-0.
Yeah.
Absolutely smashed them. Who else got beat?
Newcastle.
Yeah.
That was a tight game until like half time.
That was a
whatever
mad
went
one.
on at half time just spiraled.
Yeah, weird, strange, but these are Champions League nights, and that's how things can turn.
So you know how I said you don't think Arsenal can win Champions League?
No.
I think they could, because the way I look at it is they're on the easy side of the draw.
Yeah.
But they beat Sporting next.
Yeah.
Then they're in semis.
Yeah.
So it's
and
like
who's on that?
I'm not quite sure.
Is it not
I think it's Bayern.
Yeah, they ain't beating Bayern Munich.
Do you know, I think they could go all the way.
I hope so, because they're an English team. I want an English team to win Champions League.
Yeah.
But I don't see them beating Bayern Munich and your Barcelonas.
Yeah.
I think they'd beat Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I know Real Madrid keep pulling off wins, but I don't think Real Madrid are that good. I mean, they dumped City out. Again, it's. I don't know. They're churning out. They know how to win in that. In that tournament.
I think that is. I think the experienced players are.
Yeah, but I think that's going to run out sooner or later.
Yeah.
Especially if they come up against Barcelona, I think.
Yeah.
I'd fancy Barcelona. I think.
I think it's either between Arsenal or Barcelona for me. Let us know what you think about the Champions League and whether Spurs can actually get relegated or not. I think they actually can.
Look at your face again. I don't want to think that you don't like Spurs. Do you know what? Yeah, could Tottenham really go down? It's in my head, I'm just that big club mentality. You think, no, surely not.
Yeah.
But it's getting closer and closer.
You let us know what you think, and thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube and leave us a review on Spotify, and we'll catch you in the next one.